6'5" or 7-footer. True center off the bench, he'll see plenty of time as well.
Last year, SIU dealt Morehead State its first loss in conference play here in Edwardsville. This year, Morehead State has won 5 straight. They've won 10 of 11. SIU has won 6 out of 7. It is a huge matchup standings-wise in the league.
And everybody knows it. Morehead State is the cream of the crop of the OVC. They rank top 10 in conference wins in the nation over the last 5 years.
Well, they go right to Thomas, who is blocked out of bounds. I think it'll stay with the Cougars. SIU won the tip. The Cougars moving left to right in the white uniforms trimmed in red and black. Morehead State in their gold uniforms with the blue and white trim. It will stay with the Cougars. Rayshawn Taylor's the trigger man. 17 on the shot clock. Into the corner for Malith. Nice crowd on hand here on this Saturday afternoon at First Community Arena as well. Brian Taylor, as the shot clock was expiring, couldn't get it to fall, and the rebound yanked down by Jerome Morton. Rebounds could play a big part in this game today.
Yeah, we'll get to that in the keys soon, but Morehead State, one of the best rebounding teams in the OVC, probably the best.
That's Maluk on the outside. Now straight away for Kenny White. Morton again going down low. Turnaround, big hook is good for Maluk.
Maluk is listed at 6'8". He looks a little taller from over here. I'm not so sure about it. Nice baby hook that time from him.
Early lead for the Eagles. Cougars with their second possession of the afternoon. Brian Taylor with bodies all over the floor. They go to the corner for Malith, who's going to go in hard to the basket and lay it up and in.
Nice adjustment mid-air from Malith. He went up with some bad intentions at first. Looked like he wanted to slam it. Had to adjust. Nice soft touch then.
Morton working against Polk, who had a really good game defensively on Thursday. Forced a couple of takeaways. Kenny White Jr. Shot clock inside of 10 as they get down onto the left corner. Morton, baseline, gets it out to Maluk. The ball's knocked away. Maluk scoops it up. The shot clock to 2. A desperation 3 is an air ball, and it's a shot clock violation. Let's take a look at those keys to the game. They're brought to you by the Tennessee Highway Safety Office. The winning strategy is always designate a sober driver because fans don't let fans drive drunk.
For each team, that first key is continued hot shooting. They have came in really hot over the last 3 games. SIU and Morehead State both dominate the glass for Morehead State, plus 7.1 rebounding margin in conference. The next best is only 2.2. It's Kyle Thomas with a big slam. And then for SIU, they're trying to pick up the pace right there. Early offense in that possession as well. And they're trying to stop that Morehead streak. They've won their last 5 and 10 of their last 11.
Morehead State works at a really slow pace, JJ. And I would say early in the year, SIU was working much slower. 3 games now, it's 83-plus points for SIU over those last 3 games.
Yeah, it's the defense that's been slacking a bit, but the offense is in all rhythms. I mean, look, just a perfectly executed pick and roll right here. As Kyle Thomas slips that early, didn't get to quite see it, but rocking the rim at the end.
4-2 game in favor of SIU. Brian Taylor backing down his man from the wing. Now works back to the top of the key. He's going to go straight down the lane. Right hand finish for Brian Taylor the second. A little pressure from the Cougars. Forced a backcourt violation the last time. Brailsford for White. Marshall now on the wing will bounce it inside for Maluk. The shot clock inside of 10 again. Brailsford out to the left. Here comes a 3. That is short. That didn't draw iron. It doesn't matter. Cougars rebound, and here they come. Des Polk for White, or for Kyle Thomas. Brian Taylor from the foul line came up short. Oh, that one nearly got away from Kenny White.
Joe, a couple of possessions now for the SIU defense where the ball is not getting inside the arc until under 10 on the clock.
And White's going to try to correct that right here for the Eagles. That's knocked out of play. It's going to stay with Morehead State. This is a really nice crowd on hand today.
Big time. Sensing the importance of the moment.
I hope so. I hope that's the case. And that just means that everybody's paying attention to what the Cougars have done. Shout out to the SIU women who got a near 20-point win today against Morehead State. They won by 18. A big win for Coach Smith and the Cougars when they needed a win. And a foul on this end now against SIU.
Just loose ball, bodies inside, and yeah, you get 3 people jumping like that, and you're bound to draw a little bit of contact.
It's going to put George Marshall at the free throw line, the junior from Jackson, Mississippi. He's a 74% shooter at the free throw line. Rattles the first one in. We mentioned that he has averaged 19 a game his last 2. He had a career best 24 on Thursday against the IU. Another one to come for him at the line. That's good as well. 2 for 2. Brian Taylor for Kyle Thomas. Rayshon Taylor looking to come in there, get that, take that shot. He loves it. Now they've given it away. Kenny White Jr. thought about going all the way in again. That's what he did last time. Here's Brailsford on the baseline. His pass is knocked away, and the Cougars have a takeaway. Rayshon Taylor into the front court. Taylor is fouled.
Love what Desmond Polk did on the off-ball defense. He didn't go for the steal with 2 hands. He didn't need to. Just tap it with 1 to a teammate, and you're off and running then.
Well, the Cougars on top by a narrow margin here, and as you said, doing it with some defense. Morehead State trails 6-4. We're going to break. We're coming right back.
We are trying really hard to get you Reese's Peanut Butter Cups, but there is only so much we can do here. You're gonna have to meet us halfway. Well, the whole way, actually.
Target made Good and Gather for you, helping you save on sparkling waters in tastes you'll love. Made with natural flavors in fantastic combinations. We made Good and Gather for you, only at Target.
Now's the time for a great deal on a new Honda. It's time to drive smarter. With high-tech features and excellent reliability. From the Kelley Blue Book Best Value brand. Right now, you can get a $289 per month lease on a 2025 HRV all-wheel drive Sport.
Burger King has a deal for all. $5 duo answers hunger's call. $7 trio, more options for y'all. Which one will you choose? At BK, have it your way.
It's League One volleyball. 6 teams, 6 cities, set it off. Atlanta, Austin, Houston, Madison, Omaha, Salt Lake. Exclusively on ESPN and ESPN Plus.
Take a look at this defense right here that's late in the shot clock. First time it gets inside the arc, and then the whole SIU defense could shift over heavy, create havoc, and then you're having to chuck up an off-balance fadeaway 3, forces the shot clock violation. That is great defensive intensity early in this game, trying to set the tone for the SIU defense.
Recall last year, this game here, SIU held Morehead State to 47 points. It was the lowest output for an SIU opponent last year, and they really kept Morehead State shooting in check.
The game was on ESPNU last year. That was the national TV game. You and I had that on radio, and it was another packed crowd.
Felt like an early morning start. It was like an 11 o'clock
Yep.
start, so it was a lot earlier than the teams are used to.
Yeah, you got to bring your own energy for 11
You
o'clock.
do. Here's Rayshon Taylor at the free throw line. He is the best free throw shooter in the conference percentage-wise, 86% coming into this afternoon. And he hits them both. He's also the leading scorer in the conference at 18, almost 19 points a game, and he's up over 20 points per game in conference play.
We're a 1-2-2 3/4 court now for the Cougars.
Marshall nearly had that one get away from it. This is Morton. Marshall at the top, catch and shoot. Front iron, no good. Rebounded by Taylor. It's the starting five with the exception of Miles Thompson in there, who had a great game Thursday, 10 points on Thursday. Bullet pass underneath, they find Malith.
Great back screen that time to get Malith open, and DT with a perfect timing on the pass, and he had to zip it, and he did.
He did. That's exactly right. That's what I was going to say. It's understanding, what you have to do to get it in there. From the baseline, Marshall knocks down a shot.
Good patience that time from the Eagles, breaking that press, getting a nice little pull-up J.
Brian Taylor out onto the wing. Malith for three. No. Maluk rebounds. Morton's been a real engine for this Morehead State team as well. He's been in double figures 9 of his last 10. This is Maluk. There's that right-hand hook. It missed. That nearly missed. Pass almost got away.
Almost fell in your lap, Joe.
A cut to the basket from Desmond Polk.
SIU has 1 turnover so far. Other than that, they have gotten a really good shot almost every time down the court. And head coach Jonathan Maddox wants to talk about with his team. There's a great off-ball movement right now for SIU, and it's leading to a lot of easy baskets.
That's exactly what SIU wants to do on offense. They started the year out with a ton of assists in games. Now the turnovers have been low all year, but the assist totals have kind of come down a little bit. And that's how you get them right back up right there.
And take a look at this. This is a perfectly executed pick and roll for Kyle Thomas. And Brian Taylor has been playmaking like crazy early in this game. That's the zip pass we're talking about. It's got to be on time and fast. Morehead State breaking the press themselves. And then this is the one right before the timeout. Just a nice, easy backdoor cut off a curl screen, and Miles Thomas an on-time, on-target delivery.
Series history is presented by Kentucky Tourism. Plan your visit to the Bluegrass State at KentuckyTourism.com. It's a 17-6 advantage in the series for Morehead State. This series got going when SIU made the jump to Division I, and then also, obviously, the Ohio Valley Conference. They played 3 times last year, so the home and home, and then in the Ohio Valley Conference tournament, which is where the last matchup came. Of course, Morehead State on its way to winning the Ohio Valley Conference tournament last year. 13:45 to play here in the first half. Both teams won the home game in the regular season last year, and both were national TV games. Blocked at the rim. Malith got his hand up. Here's another guy that's been great for SIU. That's Jordan Pickett. Just played it out for Declan Dillon. I feel like I could say it about a lot of guys on this SIU team.
Really stepping into roles. At this point in the season, you have to know your role, and you feel like everybody does on this SIU team.
We've got an offensive foul. No, it's not.
No, defensive foul.
Yeah, I thought it was going to be an offensive foul.
I mean, the SIU defense is suffocating so far. Brian Taylor forcing him into Malith, and Malith takes care of the rest.
Declan Dillon's the trigger here. In for Brian Taylor. Quick shot, and he's fouled. The other thing that's been much improved for SIU is free throws. And not just they've knocked him down, but they've done a great job getting to the free throw line. A much better job getting to the free throw line here in recent games. Brian Taylor is there now.
4 of their last 5 games, 27-plus attempts. That's ridiculously good.
Yep. First shot good for Taylor. He is better than 72% of the free throw line this year. As a team, SIU 66%. Neither of these teams are great overall. Morehead State, SIU, both right around 66%. Cougars maybe a percentage point or 2 above. They're 9th. Morehead State's 10th. Taylor goes 1 of 2. 7-point lead for SIU, largest of the game. Here's Morton going straight down. Kick in the right corner, and the 3 on the way. Missed it. Backside rebound for Dillon. Miles Thompson scoops it up and in!
That is great patience from Miles Thompson. And not only an and one, but that is Dieonte Miles' second foul. Look at this, poise in the paint, step through, get all the extension you can, draw a little contact as well. And like I said, Dieonte Miles' second foul in only 2 minutes played, and he's gonna come right back out. That's their true center, and he's in foul trouble now.
One of the few returners from last year on this team.
Him and Morton, the main contributors, the ones that are back, yeah.
Thompson couldn't knock down the free throw. It's a 9-point lead, though, for SIU-E, so this is the largest lead for SIU-E. White hands it away for Brailsford. Brailsford drawing contact from Pickett. Just riding him all the way here towards this near sideline. Second team foul for SIU-E as Morton gets it on the inbounds. White trying to get down the lane. Out to the top. And it's good for Rugseger. First three-point basket of the game for Morehead State. In fact, for either side. Cougars have missed 2 attempts from 3. Morehead State have been 0 for 4, though. Malith driving, floats it up high off the glass and good. Wow.
Gonna make a point. Can't be that physical. Guarding the ball.
That's going to take us to timeout. 17-9, SIU-E with the advantage here over Morehead State as the two teams battle for top of the conference in the Ohio Valley Conference. We're coming back on ESPN+.
When you're the leader in disaster cleanup and restoration, how do you make like it never even happened happen? Fire it up, Randy! By being prepared for anything. Whatever comes your way, there's a pro for that.
Serve Pro, like it never even happened.
If you want to make the most of your vacation, there's no better place than the Bluegrass State. Kentucky's 44 state parks offer abundant places to play and diverse accommodations to stay. Take a hike, float your boat, or bike the trails. Pitch a tent under the stars or settle into a lakefront lodge. Tee up for 18 holes, then enjoy a signature meal. Plan your trip at parks.ky.gov.
Are you ready to take your money to new heights? Get a flexible high-yield checking account that lets you customize your interest rate so you can keep your finances headed in the right direction. With Elevate Checking from United Fidelity Bank, you're in control of how much you earn. You can raise your rate with a few easy steps. Get more ways to earn more with Elevate Checking and start earning 4.00% APY. Learn more at unitedfidelity.com/elevate or visit your local banking center.
Back in Edwardsville, Ring Malith has been doing a lot for SIU-E so far, JJ.
Yeah, quick 6 early points for him, a block from him too on the weak side defense, and he's not settling for jumpers right now. He took that one catch and shoot in rhythm jumper. Otherwise, if they're closing out hard on him at all, he's putting his head down, he's getting to the rim.
I'm all for it. 14 of SIU-E's 17 points in the paint this afternoon. That's how you achieve a high shooting percentage.
Well, and that's what happens too, right? When a couple games in a row you do start shooting it really well from deep, defenses over-adjust on their scouting report then. Players over-adjust, whether the scouting report says it or not. They know teams get hot, and they don't want that to happen early.
SIU-E has shot 48% from 3 the last 3 games, and that's what you're talking about. That has opened up that drive to the lane. Brailsford for White. Morton trying to get inside, kicks it out. Brailsford knocks down a 3.
Really good side-to-side ball movement that time for Morehead State out of the timeout. Had a couple of potential open looks, kept swinging it, found Brailsford open.
He's just a 26% shooter from 3. And for the answer, Rayshawn Taylor looking for it, missed it, but he's fouled, and he'll go to the line for 3.
Such an impossible situation for defenders on Rayshawn Taylor sometimes, because Rayshawn does not look for the foul on his jump shot whatsoever, but you want to contest it. You know it's coming, but you can't tap him on the elbow. You can't tap him on the wrist. Any tap like that is still a foul, and there's been a lot. He's drawn a lot of them from 3 lately.
A lot of them. So he was 5 of 7 against Southern Indiana at the line. Before that, he was a career-high 13 of 14 at UT Martin. Career-high in makes and attempts. The game before that at Tennessee State, the overtime game, he was 10 of 11, and he had 3 big ones at the end of the game. So in 3 of his last 5 games, he's had at least 11 attempts at the free throw line. He's knocked down 5 today already.
Smooth 3 right there. I don't even know if any of them touched the rim.
Cougars are up 8. 11 minutes to play here in the first half. It's a confident SIU team that plays really well at home. The last 2 years, 20-3 on its home court. Nice turnaround from White, wouldn't go, and the Cougars rebound. Here's Pickett. Taylor with a spin, and they stripped him.
Initially, really great patience from SIU running that offense through, but Morehead State stifling defense the entire time. I think we're getting a foul call on Taylor, right?
Cougars head coach Brian Baroni is not pleased, to say the least.
Live, I thought this was the right call. The Morehead State player does get the ball here. Rayshawn kind of drags him to the ground a bit, and the foot catches the head. Inadvertent or not, foot caught the head a little bit. And can't let anything potentially dangerous happen there.
Halfway through the first half. Brailsford on the left, rolls it inside for Maluk. He's up against Kyle Thomas. There's that long right-hand reach, wouldn't go. Miles Thompson has a lane. It's out of play. It's off of Morehead State. And Maluk and Brazil are pleading with one another. Really, Brazil was pleading with Maluk, basically saying, I had that. And instead, it pinballs off of them, out of play. So the Cougars keep it with 22 to shoot. Thompson goes up, and he got fouled.
Just a whole lot of bodies in there, and Miles Thompson knew they were all, A, smaller than him, and B, one of them were going to foul him.
He has struggled at the free throw line. It is no secret. He's 24% coming into today's game. First shot good. Now, you'll notice, and we talked about this, he's actually changed his stance a little bit. He's a little bit off the line, and he's a little angled onto that right foot, or onto the left foot.
So correct me if I'm wrong, Joe. He was right on the line before.
He was.
He's a good 2 to 3 feet behind the line. And sometimes that just gives you more time for a little arch. And I wonder if that doesn't work, if the next step is an actual form change a little bit, but you're deep in the year to be testing that out.
But you know as well as anyone, and we talked about it Thursday too, that part of what you're doing at the free throw line, you're looking to develop a routine. Mm-hmm. Good shot right there from the top from Tyler Brailsford. 2 for 2 from long distance. Still a 6-point game. Great pass. Dylan threads the needle for Rayshawn Taylor. Now he gets it back. Spinning, and the shot is too strong. Thompson with the rebound. His second shot wouldn't go. And the rebound's out of bounds to Morehead State.
Really good offensive rebound from Thompson again right there. I think he was expecting contact, fading away just a bit, especially considering the free throw circumstances we've talked about. He's got to go finish. You know, like, he doesn't need to expect a foul necessarily. That time fading away just a little bit.
Jalen Brazil started his college career at USC Upstate. Ten to shoot. Brailsford drew a foul.
Coach Baroni's got to be careful. He's really hot with the ref right now. He knew it was a foul that could be called. A little hand check, Brian Taylor into the body. And he immediately said something. Yeah, you can see Baroni talking right there.
Brailsford getting inside this time and pushes it in off glass. Brian Taylor back in the game for the Cougars. And we got a foul off the ball. This one's coming against Brailsford.
That's Morehead State's 7th. Not the guy to send to the line either.
That came off the ball too. He just put both hands on Rayshon Taylor, and that's what got him the call. So Rayshon Taylor back to the foul line where he's done all of his work here this afternoon. First one good.
And Joe, that's the line and the difference that refs have to differentiate. If it's just one hand, that's okay.
Correct.
But two hands, or you're really restricting their movement forward. You saw it on the other end when SIU is playing defense. That's going to get called.
Second one's good as well. Cougar lead back to 6, 8.5 to play here in the first. Brazil will bring it up. Pass is deflected out of play. It'll stay with the Eagles, 15 to shoot. Lob it in. Marshall. Brian Taylor picks up his second foul.
That's now both Polk and Brian Taylor with 2 fouls for SIU-E.
Marshall rattles in the free throw. It's 3 out of 3 at the line so far this afternoon.
And Joe, you mentioned how rock solid Jordan Pickett's been off the bench. He's probably going to get a very extended stretch now.
Marshall's second shot is good. I think about specifically the UT Martin game. I made this point on Thursday too, but the Martin game on the road came after the overtime game, and then an alley-oop pass from Dillon. But after a double overtime game, one of the things that Coach Baroni mentioned to me in conversation, just that, hey, someone else has to step up today. And Pickett was that guy, but he's done it now the last 3 games, basically. 6-point lead again. Shot clock is under 10 again. Brazil will rise up for 3, and that one's too deep. Marshall with the offensive board, though. They keep it alive.
Once again, a possession didn't get inside the arc.
Ooh, Brazil had the touch.
Couldn't finish it off with a defensive rebound. Morehead State capitalizes them.
Cougars working around the perimeter. Here's Pickett. Thomas driving from the corner, lost the ball, and it's a turnover. And it's going to be a foul.
That's SIU-E's 7th, so they're going to have free throws on the other side.
That foul's going against Kyle Thomas. It's going to send us right back to break here in Edwardsville. SIU maintaining the lead, but that doesn't mean Morehead State hasn't been able to get to the hoop. They have. They've got free throws coming up when we come back.
Target made Good and Gather for you, helping you save on tasty berries frozen at peak ripeness, ready whenever you need them. Everyday favorites at unbeatable prices. We made Good and Gather for you, only at Target.
Touches of black. They say a lot without having to say much. They stand for elegance, refinement, and prestige. Even a little can go a long way. And though they're darker than the darkest night, they make you see everything in a new light. The Kia X-Line Nightfall Collection.
Kia, movement that inspires.
BK Melts, wanna warm up? This sure helps. Classic bacon, shroom, and Swiss. BK Melt season is tasty bliss. BK, have it your way.
Icy Hot Pro Massaging Balm. Easy to grip and massage, and the power of 2 max strength pain relievers. Ice works fast, heat makes it last. Icy Hot Pro Massaging Balm.
Marines are made for this. Made for the calling only warriors can answer. Made from an unshakable belief in our nation and a strength that comes from the determination to win together. But you'll have to earn your place among us, because you don't join the Marines. You become one.
It's League One volleyball. 6 teams, 6 cities, set it off. Atlanta, Austin, Houston, Madison, Omaha, Salt Lake. Exclusively on ESPN and ESPN+.
Kyle Thomas has a pair of dunks in the first half. One from Brian Taylor, one from Declan Dillon, both on replay. That left side of the hoop rolling down, and a big presence inside.
It's Jonathan Maddox, the first-year head coach for the Morehead State Eagles. Most recently was at Murray State, but before that spent 9 years on the Morehead State staff. So when they were looking for someone to fill the void left by Preston Spradlin, who had done such a great job at Morehead State, they turned to someone who was familiar with the institution and the staff, and that's how they find Coach Maddox. Obviously has served them well.
Preston Spradlin was 94-40 in his last 4 years at Morehead State, the best 4-year stretch in Morehead State history. Some big shoes to fill, obviously, and so far in his first season, Jonathan Maddox has done just fine.
He has indeed. 2 free throws good for Marshall. Brings the Eagles back within 2 now, with inside of 7 minutes to play here in this first half.
Preston Spradlin now at James Madison, by the way.
Bring Malik from the outside, a little strong, and the rebound yanked down by Marshall. Morehead State has a chance to tie or get on top. They have not led since it was 2-0. White looking to get it on the baseline. Marshall. Rugseger, and it missed. And an offensive board to keep it alive. It's a big rebound by Carvey. Brazil straight away. He finds a lane, and he threw it away. Cougars with a steal. Rayshad Taylor with a steal, and now he throws it away. Marshall ahead for Brazil. We're tied up.
Coach Baroni and a couple of fans wanting to travel on that layup. I didn't quite have an angle to see if it was an awkward shuffle of the feet or not.
25 all. This is a 6-0 run from Morehead State. Taylor from the top of the key. Wouldn't go. Carvey pulls down the rebound, and Morehead State now again a chance to go on top here. Got a foul on Malith. Oh no, it's not on Malith.
So Morehead State got the steal back. 1, 2, 3. Yeah, he never put the ball on the floor.
He never put the ball on the floor.
That's 3 steps. That's no the quote-unquote gather step. Nope,
yeah,
that was a straight 3. Wow, yeah.
White at the free throw line. His first one missed. It was too strong. Kenny White Jr. is a 60% shooter at the line this year. So he was at Tennessee Tech and then Murray State and then UT Martin before coming to Morehead State. All told, he's approaching 1,000 points in his career. He's at 940 plus.
And it makes sense, though, that year at Murray State lines up with Jonathan Maddox's year as an assistant coach at Murray State, too. So a little bit of a connection there.
Yeah,
why
for sure.
He's probably here.
He missed both the free throws, so Morehead State had the chance to get on top.
Yeah, foul
there
Kenny
was.
White on the rebound then, too.
So Miles Thompson goes to the free throw line.
No, excuse me, that foul was on Carvey, though.
He is 1 of 3 from there tonight, and now he's 1 of 4. Brazil bring it across. Rayshon Taylor meets him at the timeline, and it's a 10-second call. It's a 10-second call, and Taylor saw it. Even gave a little point out to the referee.
I don't want to be harsh on this one, but that's pretty inexcusable of a mistake. I mean, not much pressure. Rayshon Taylor actually wasn't even in the backcourt. He was waiting.
That's right.
You just got to be aware and get it across half court and then get into the offense. So a break for SIU-E.
See if they can capitalize now. Taylor for 3. No. And the replays, or the rebound rather, is out of play. It'll be SIU-E ball. Man, everybody got a fingertip on it. Nobody could grab it.
Turned into a couple of players trying to smack it off each other. Then they knew they weren't going to be able to grab it.
Rayshon Taylor's been scoring at a high rate, but he hasn't been shooting well. Dillon out for Taylor. Here's another opportunity. And again, that one pinballs up before it's grabbed by Carvey. Four and a half left as Brazil works to the left. Pickett guards. Just inside for Maluk. He works against Malith. And he traveled.
So, Joe, SIU-E's largest lead was 15-6. Morehead slowly gotten back into this game in a tie game now. I feel like the pace has slowed down to go along with that, and that's fitting for Morehead more.
Yep.
Both sides scoreless in the last 30 minutes.
Taylor just off the right elbow, and there's a whistle off the ball. That's second against Carvey. Puts Miles Thompson back on the free throw line. He's already had 4 attempts at the line today. And again, the chance to put SIU-E back on top. We stay tied. Morehead State works it around the outside, and we've got a foul off the ball. This one's going against Pickett. It's going to take us right back to break. 3:55 left here in Edwardsville. It is all tied up, 25 apiece. We'll come back. It's Ohio Valley Conference basketball on ESPN.
Nothing provides peace of mind like planning and preparation. And just like you do for your family, CenterPoint Energy plans and prepares every day to better serve our shared communities. We continue to invest in the resiliency of our electric grid to bring you the safe and reliable delivery of energy for what matters most.
See, we didn't need these after all. He shoots, and he scores!
Founded in 1910 in the Ohio Valley region, German American Bank has been raising the standards in banking and wealth management for over a century. We're big enough to provide the conveniences of modern banking, yet small enough to care about the people and communities we serve. Because we believe that when a community thrives, its people prosper. Strengthening our community since 1910. German American Bank.
Member FDIC.
So look at the SIU-E huddle. Cougars come into today 6-3 in the Ohio Valley Conference. Morehead State, the leader in the league, at 8-1. Both these teams on a nice run right now. Morehead State 5 wins in a row. They've won 10 out of 11. SIU-E has won 6 of 7 after a 5-game streak went by the wayside last weekend for the Cougars.
We've mentioned it before. It's tough to win on the road in the OVC, and SIU is looking for a perfect first half at home. They'd be 5-0 at home with a win today, because they're going to have to pick up some road wins. And you lose this game against Morehead. Morehead gets out to a 9-1, couple games lead. You get scary quick, and so this is obviously a big test for Morehead State on the road as well.
Tyler Brailsford. The foul line first time today, but he's better than 80% at the line. He's better than 83% at the line as he knocks down his first. 9 points this afternoon for Brailsford. Second one rims out. 1 point lead for Morehead State. First lead the Eagles have had since it was 2-0 right out of the gates. Malith on the wing for the Cougars. SIU-E is one of its last 8 shooting the ball here today. Taylor's going to try again. Taylor himself is 0 for 5 at shooting the ball this afternoon. Actually, that made him 0 for 4. 3:15 to play in the half. A drive to the bucket for White. He came up short. Thompson yanks down the rebound. Here's Malith in the corner. Pickett's got an open look. Back iron, no good. Rebound grabbed by White.
Pretty good transition offense right there, though, but SIU-E scoreless in the last 5 minutes. Now it's been a very slow 7-0 run for Morehead State.
Marshall has some room at the top, and he puts it in.
That's that elevator play that time. Marshall going through 2 screens. The 2 screens close like an elevator door, and his defender can't get through the wall that's created.
11 points now for Marshall. The lead is 4 for Morehead State. Shot clock to 10. Malith spins from the short corner. And there's a foul before he got the shot up. It's the 10th team foul on Morehead State, so it's 2 shots regardless.
Luke was asking for a travel before that foul. They're going to say the foul happened first.
The Cougars head coach, Brian Baroni, in his 6th season at SIU-E. So it's Taylor to shoot.
Oh, so it was off ball.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Makes sense then.
8 points all at the free throw line today for Rayshon Taylor.
Love to see that too. The ref and Maluk having a word and a nice talk between each other on what fully was going on that play.
Morehead State by a couple. Final 2:10 here of this first half in Edwardsville, Illinois. Brazil just outside the center circle. Maluk comes to get it. Pickett, a good job closing out right there on Marshall. Shot clock's again under 10. Marshall's going to go straight down the lane, and he couldn't get it to go. Now it's Pickett to the basket, and it wouldn't go. He is fouled. He'll go to the free throw line. How bad did Rayshon Taylor want that to fall? He was bouncing up and down waiting for that thing to hit the rim.
Yeah, and I believe the referee might have waved the shot off anyway.
Oh.
Might be able to see in this replay right here. It kind of looks like it's in a shooting motion to me. You couldn't see the referee right there. It kind of did the waving off motion I thought I saw, though. But either way, basket didn't fall, and Pickett's getting two regardless.
First free throw good for Jordan Pickett. Again, not a ton of opportunities, but when he has his opportunities, he's made the best of it. He's 12 out of 14 at the free throw line this year.
And it's a tough coaching decision with Polk and Taylor with 2 fouls. Do you bring him back in? Coach Brony has stuck to the philosophy of not putting them back in this first half. He's gone 8 minutes without both of them. He's gone about 12 minutes without Polk.
Pickett ties the game with a pair of free throws. A minute and a half just about to play here in this first half. And a whistle.
And didn't even notice, Joe. Jordan Pickett also has 2 fouls, so he's playing through foul trouble right now as well. Kyle Thomas also on the bench with 2 fouls for SIU-E. Didn't notice that either, so Morehead State has Kenny White Jr., Dieonte Miles, and Carvey all on the bench with 2 fouls as well.
Brailsford knocks down the free throw.
And Brazil, 2 fouls for Morehead State. Each side has 4 players with 2 fouls, so going to be a lot to manage in the second half.
And they both fall. Eagles back up a couple.
And that's just a mistake, Joe.
Yep.
You know, especially when a team's in a double bonus like that already. Now, considering who's going to the line for Morehead State, you could, or for SIU-E, you could consider it kind of a hack-a-shack foul for Morehead State, but that's not what the intention was. Just too aggressive on the off-ball defense.
And especially not with the fouls piling up for both sides.
And it can't be considered a hack-a-shack also when that's Maluk's second foul. He's a starter.
That's what I mean. The fouls, yeah, right.
You don't want him to have 2 fouls. It's not just a bench player racking up fouls right now. That's Maluk, another starter with 2 fouls.
Second one goes for Miles Thompson. Eagles by 1. Coming down to a minute to play here in this first half. Brazil working against Pickett. And he's forced out high on the right. Come back to the top for White. He'll pull up from the left elbow and knock it down.
Really good rhythm on that jump shot. Just stepped right into it with confidence. Interesting on the clock management here. He could get a potential 2 for 1.
Taylor's going into the lane, out for Pickett. Pickett came up short. Marshall rebounds.
Really good defense from Morehead State. No good look early in the shot clock for SIU-E, and now the Eagles are going to get the last shot. And Ring Malith was asking for 10 seconds there. Brazil did get it up very close to that 20-second mark. And with the shot clock off, that had to be close.
Starts the move with 6 seconds, floats it up. Too strong. Miles Thompson won't get a shot off. There's a whistle. Oh, there's a timeout called. Brian Baroni got his timeout before, and now, of course, he's going to ask the referees, we need to look at the time.
The whistle wasn't very loud either, and it felt like a delayed reaction on the clock stoppage due to it. But if he doesn't get any time back on this clock, there's not going to be really anything Coach Groney and his squad can do with .2.
I know he asked for time, and they're not going to. It seems to me they're refusing to look at it.
And that's really smart from Coach Groney, too, knowing you have a user lose a timeout. Miles Thompson probably got control of that rebound with 2 or 3 seconds on the clock, about 2.
I think that's a little bit odd. You almost always see the officials look for.
Well, maybe it's not reviewable in the first half. I don't know off the top of my head, actually, Joe, but maybe it's not.
You can't shoot this ball. I mean, you can't catch this ball.
Yeah.
The only thing that can happen in .2 is a tap.
And I don't even think you want to risk that, because if you throw it out of bounds, they get to take it out on the other end. Yeah. It's nothing you can do.
And the clock never stopped, but it doesn't matter. You can't catch and shoot with less than .3 on the clock. There were .2 on the clock when the inbound came. So we go to halftime here. I mentioned 4 at Tennessee State and 2 on Thursday against Southern Indiana.
Mentioned it in the first half. I mentioned it at halftime, but it's going to be really key for both sides to avoid fouls in this first 5 minutes. It could go a long way in keeping your rotation solid.
Morehead State starts with it here in the second half. That one high off the back of the rim, and it wouldn't go, and the Cougars get a rebound. First possession of the second half for SIU-E, with Brian Taylor and Desmond Polk back in. Rayshon Taylor thought about the 3, instead drives and scoops it up, but he missed it. He has not hit a shot from the floor. Kenny White out on the wing. Here comes a 3, and it's too strong. Brian Taylor rebounds over top of Rayshon Taylor. Cougars being forced out on the perimeter here, and we're going to get a foul, a hook and a hold on George Marshall.
One of the few players on the court that didn't have 2 fouls.
And now he has 2 fouls, exactly.
He'll join the expanded crew.
Shot clock resets to 20 for SIU-E. Taylor had to chase it down. How about Thomas going strong, and he missed it. It was a great cut from Kyle Thomas. Good feed from Rayshon Taylor, but Thomas just was off target. Morton out to the top. Marshall from 3. Again, back iron, no good. We've gone a minute and a half with no scoring here in the second half. We'll lob it inside. In the short corner for Thomas. Trying to back down his man, Maluk. And he missed. SIU-E is 0 for 3 in the second half. Morehead State also 0 for 3 here in the second half.
Really good defense from Maluk that time. Forcing the fadeaway, and a 10-foot fadeaway is much different than a 6-foot fadeaway, and that's what he forced that time.
2 minutes gone here. Morton out away from the basket. Wants to drive now. Spin on the block and got it. Polk will give it away for Brian Taylor on the right side. It's a 5-point lead. It's the largest of the game for Morehead State. Brian Taylor through the lane, and he can't get it, and there's a foul. It's on Morton. It's Morton's 3rd foul.
Right now, Joe, SIU-E 14 of 20 at the free throw line, 14 of their 30 points from the line. Have to get a little bit going just in live action, though, as well.
They're down to shooting 33% from the field. Taylor misses the free throw.
See Brian Taylor working in that mid post. Honestly, not a lot of contact there.
Brian Taylor's got another one coming. That one's good. 1 of 2. Up front, Morton for the Eagles. Working on a 5-game winning streak right now. Morton drives to the elbow, fades from there, and hits it.
And that is so smooth. Stopping on a dime, letting Malith go by, and the pull-up midi.
6-point lead is the largest now for Morehead State. How about Desmond Polk going hard to the hole?
Good to see him get going a little bit after sitting the last 12 minutes or so of the first half.
And when they were scoring in the first half, they were doing it getting to the basket. Brailsford for 3. Spun it off the rim. Polk with the rebound. He's coming the other way. Thomas gives to Malith. He traveled.
Just barely changed that pivot foot. And I don't even think Malith realized it. He's telling the ref he put the ball on the ground. He never put the ball on the ground. That's what he did. He never actually put it on the ground. I think in his mind he thought he did. Otherwise it would have been perfectly clean.
Marshall gets it on the inbound. Pull up from the free throw line was an air ball. Malith's lucky that one didn't go off of him out of bounds. He managed to save it in. Polk thought about the 3. SIU's not hit a 3 today. Brian Taylor from the foul line, too strong. .5 Marshall dumps it off, and Thomas commits the foul.
First player to 3 fouls for SIUE will be Kyle Thomas, and it's probably the last player you want for SIUE with 3 fouls.
Morehead State with the 4-point advantage. Second half continues after this on ESPN.
Competitive excellence, energized fans, community involvement, sportsmanship, student-athlete success in and out of the classroom. That's OVC leadership, and it isn't new to us. We've been doing it for more than 75 years. It's time to OVC it. The Ohio Valley Conference, fiercely independent since 1948.
When you're the leader in disaster cleanup and restoration, how do you make like it never even happened happen? Let it rain, Randy! Woo! Yes! By being prepared for anything! Woo! Whatever comes your way, there's a pro for that.
Serve pro like it never even happened.
He shoots, and he scores!
Are you ready to take your money to new heights? Get a flexible high-yield checking account that lets you customize your interest rate so you can keep your finances headed in the right direction. With Elevate Checking from United Fidelity Bank, you're in control of how much you earn. You can raise your rate with a few easy steps. Get more ways to earn more with Elevate Checking and start earning 4.00% APY. Learn more at unitedfidelity.com/elevate or visit your local banking center.
The lead is 4 for Morehead State. They led by 3 at half, and why is this one so big? That's why this one is so big. As JJ mentioned, if you're Morehead State and you win this one today and you get to 9-1, you start stretching out that lead as we get into the second half of the league schedule.
Yeah, it's a 3-game lead if you win here today on the rest of the conference, and battling SIU specifically, you might already have the tiebreaker locked down, especially if you can take care of business at home then as well.
First free throw misses from Anwar Maluk. Maluk just 2 points. That was his first attempt at the line today, where he's a 67% shooter for the year. So we've got a foul called after the free throw as well. Now the cheer you heard, JJ, is for important matters for the student section.
I don't remember the last time the student section hasn't gotten Chick-fil-A when I've been on the call with you, Joe.
So let them know that.
They should be happy I'm over here. Chick-fil-A's coming. And I think they got Chick-fil-A in the women's game, too, because women hit 71 points. Right? Yeah. So 2 free chicken sandwiches.
Wow. Polk trying to hit the first 3 of the game for the Cougars, and he was way off the mark. How about Maleeth and Thompson combining to keep that alive? 8 seconds, Rayshawn Taylor. He'll step back for 3. He missed it. Polk got it back. That's a big offensive rebound. Brian Taylor, he left it short. And it's out of bounds off of White.
So 3 different offensive rebounds basically here. Maleeth flying in. Whoa, he's way out. Way out of bounds.
Wow.
I mean, all 3 of his last steps were out of bounds, and he jumped from out of bounds. Nevertheless, another offensive rebound and another one out of play. SIU going to get their 4th opportunity here.
Taylor still couldn't hit. I have not seen A, SIU struggle this bad shooting, especially deep, and B, Rayshawn Taylor, who has now missed 7 shots.
And I wonder if
he's 0 for 7.
Yeah, and I wonder if Coach Brony is a little upset of that possession overall. So the ball just thrown out of bounds that time. But 4 opportunities in that possession. They were all 4 3-point attempts. Now, a couple of them were wide open, but at some point, you got to try to put your head down and get to the rim as well.
SIU is 0 for 13 today shooting the ball from 3, and they're 9 of 30 overall. They're down to 30% shooting the ball. And Rayshawn Taylor, as I mentioned, 0 for 7. Brian Taylor is fouled. He was sort of undercut. Brailsford actually kicked the ball out of bounds, I think, but it was essentially a trip.
Yeah. A little wraparound too, getting him with the arm, the whole combination of it.
And so, by the way, the reason that SIU is within 4 is because Morehead State's only shooting 36%. So neither team has shot the ball where they normally would. They both shoot about 44% for the year. Taylor out for Thompson, right back. Taylor's going to try again on the turnaround, and he missed. That'll dip SIU south of 30% shooting the ball here this afternoon.
Scoreless for the last 3 minutes for both now.
Brailsford for Morehead State. Marshall is fouled. Wow! They counted it. They counted the basket, and Brian Baroni is beside himself.
Yeah, live, I didn't think so. The contact's there. He takes an extra step. He's not even going up yet. I mean, that's NBA-type continuation right there.
6-point game, and Marshall can make it 7. He does.
And a lot of tough coaching decisions already being made. Morton with 3 fouls for Morehead State. Baroni's squad, Kyle Thomas with 3 fouls. Right now, both sides are choosing to sit him.
It's a 7-point lead, largest of the game for the Eagles. Brian Taylor down the lane, missed it off the side. And Morehead State can further extend this advantage. Tough pass in the corner. Marshall made the best of it. Here's Brailsford looking to get inside. He spins at the elbow. Dumps it off, and off glass, no good. Cougars rebound.
Really smart tip by Dylan, getting it away from Miles on that offensive rebounding chance.
SIU has hit a single shot in this second half. The Cougars 1 of 11. Brian Taylor for three. Nope. Declan Dillon blocked at the rim. Big offensive board. He was blocked at the rim, and he's going to get called for a foul.
Thought the first half was slow and grinded out, Joe.
Sloppy, you could say it.
They've taken it to a new level in the second half.
Two teams are combined 4 for 22. Morehead State is 3 of 10, and that's allowed them to extend a 3-point halftime lead to a 7-point lead now, and perhaps more. And where's the foul there? It's on Miles. So it was either, is it an undercut or is it over the top? And well, the reach back there maybe is what got Miles Thompson that foul there. So Morehead State keeps it. They fumbled a handoff there. And this, ooh, that's a generous jump in my opinion too. I think you could have had Miles Thompson for another foul there.
Yeah, potentially, and some type of whistle has to be blown quick to avoid injury. Ball loose in the middle. I think up top he's clean, but it's dangerous into the leg too, you know, and I don't know, and camped out in the paint for a while too, honestly, but.
SIU trying to get something, anything going offensively here in the second half. They're going to welcome this under 12 timeout. Miles Thompson to the foul line. He'll go down the right of the lane. It's kicked out of bounds, and that's going to turn it over to Morehead State and take us to timeout. 11:37 to play. A slow start to this second half. Just 10 combined points, and Morehead State is up 7. We'll come back to Edwardsville after this.
Target made Good and Gather for you, helping you save on tasty berries frozen at peak ripeness, ready whenever you need them. Everyday favorites at unbeatable prices. We made Good and Gather for you, only at Target.
Touches of black. They say a lot without having to say much. They stand for elegance, refinement, and prestige. Even a little can go a long way. And though they're darker than the darkest night, they make you see everything in a new light. The Kia X-Line Nightfall Collection.
Kia, movement that inspires.
BK melts. Wanna warm up? This sure helps. Classic bacon, shroom, and Swiss. BK melt season is tasty bliss. BK, have it your way.
Icy Hot Pro Massaging Balm. Easy to grip and massage, and the power of 2 max strength pain relievers. Ice works fast. Heat makes it last. Icy Hot Pro Massaging Balm.
Marines are made for this. Made for the calling only warriors can answer. Made from an unshakable belief in our nation and a strength that comes from the determination to win together. But you'll have to earn your place among us, because you don't join the Marines. You become one.
It's It's League One volleyball. 6 teams, 6 cities, set it off. Atlanta, Austin, Houston, Madison, Omaha, Salt Lake. Exclusively on ESPN and ESPN+.
11:37 to play here as we take a look at the upcoming schedules. Brought to you by Sunbelt Bakery, the tastiest flavors under the sun. Morehead State.
Both teams halfway through the conference schedule after today, and Morehead State gets a 4-game homestand after this before they'll come back to the St. Louis area in a couple of weeks to take on Lindenwood.
That's a long homestand in conference play.
SIU gets a couple close ones, Lindenwood and Western. Back at home for Eastern Illinois on a Tuesday matchup. At Tennessee Tech on a Thursday. They get that Saturday off after.
Yeah.
Yep. And then back at home against UT Martin.
Morehead State playing right now with its largest lead of the game at 7 points. It has just been a slow game, and that one's a turnover for Morehead State. SIUE's got it back. Something's got to fall for SIUE, you feel. Malith picking up the dribble for Polk. Brian Baroni emphatically trying to move the guys.
There's a lot less movement right now.
Brian Taylor stripped. It's out of bounds. It'll stay with the Cougars, but they've got just 5 to shoot.
There was a couple of mismatches on the court that they were trying to exploit, but that first half when the offense was getting easy buckets, there was a lot of off-ball screens, a lot of backdoor cuts. That possession, even though there was mismatches, you got to stay moving. There's a lot of stagnation there.
Malith catching the corner. Got it! There it is. The first 3-point basket of the game for SIUE.
Had to have it, and you can shoot it with confidence when there's under 5 on the clock and you catch and shoot in the corner. Let it fly, and a sigh of relief from this entire gym.
Well, if you're SIUE, you have to feel like right now it's opened up, and we're going to have an offensive foul.
They're going to get Miles on the clear out down low as Brailsford was driving in. Miles was holding off Miles Thompson just a bit, not allowing him to help over. Check it right here. Miles posting up. It's not much again, I'm going to be honest, but called nevertheless.
Be honest. Tell us, because it is.
I don't want to sound harsh,
but it has been. And I would say from the very start, though, it's been established that they're going to call a lot. They were calling a lot in the first half, and Rayshon Taylor trying to get inside. They'll swing it around now. 10 minutes to play here in this one. Desmond pull up from the free throw line is too strong, and it's rebounded by Marshall.
More player and ball movement that time for the Cougars, but Morehead State all over it.
Morehead State out rebounding SIUE today, 31-25. We mentioned that off the top. They came in today with a +6 rebounding advantage for the season. Morton with the shot clock dropping. And, oh boy, that just didn't go down, and we've got a whistle. Whistle came late. The foul's on Miles Thompson.
Really good turnaround for Morton on the attempt, and that one definitely. Miles Thompson holding it down.
Wrapped his arm,
And SIUE's in scary territory now with Miles Thompson and Kyle Thomas both with 3 fouls.
Malith takes away the inbound pass. Ring Malith to the basket. He's fouled.
Almost flipped it up and in.
And you say that it's scary territory because who else on that bench, and I know the answer, but who else on that bench do you have to play at the 5 spot?
You don't.
Right.
Yeah. I mean, it would be super, super small ball with Ring Malith at the 5.
That's right. So Ring Malith to the free throw line. 9 points for him this afternoon. First trip to the line for Ring. Missed it. Too strong.
He sparked a little bit for SIUE here. Hit the corner 3 and a nice steal off the inbounds. Goes straight into the body of Miles and draws the contact.
I nearly went in. That one will fall in for him. Gives him 10. That's the 11th time this year he has been in double digits for SIU-E. And that was also the first in double digits today.
And that was also Dieonte Miles' 4th foul for Morehead State, so he heads back to the bench as well.
It's a 3-point game as Morton drives, and he draws a foul. Desmond Polk's going to pick up his 3rd.
Both sides were 16 fouls, both sides in the single bonus now.
So Polk out, Pickett in. The inbounds for Marshall. And he'll reset it through Morton. Jerome Morton working against Malith. Fades at the foul line. Too strong. Malith rebounds. Brian Taylor. For Rayshon on the far side. Kind of a half-hearted screen. He floats it right back to Thomas, and they missed, but it's a foul. Ooh, what a play. Thomas gave him that sort of half screen right here, and then he rolls right off of it. And they just, and I mean, it looks like the foul there is probably what kept that from being a slam alley-oop.
And the timing on the roll is what's key there. As soon as Maluk helps over just a bit, that's when you just got to go quickly. And Kyle Thomas is looking spry today. He's getting up.
Free throw is good for Kyle Thomas. And this is a guy who missed the first several weeks of the season out for injury. So you're talking about him getting used to now in the starting lineup, but really just getting back into that entire full schedule of daily practice, travel, games, all of the things that you do as a college basketball player. Marshall thought about the 3. Got stuck, has to dig it out. This is Kenny White. White working against Brian Taylor, trying to get downhill. Out for Rugseger. He missed the 3, and Kyle Thomas rebounds. Good defensive stand. That one just missed. It's out of play off of Morehead State. It'll stay with the Cougars. It's coming up after the break, though. It's Morehead State now by 2, 40-38, and it'll be SIU-E ball coming out of the break. We have a tight one, a tight game here in Edwardsville. We're coming right back.
Target made up and up for you, helping you save on storage solutions with bags in all shapes and sizes, so everything has a home. Everyday favorites at unbeatable prices. We made up and up for you, only at Target.
Touches of black. They say a lot without having to say much. They stand for elegance, refinement, and prestige. Even a little can go a long way. And though they're darker than the darkest night, they make you see everything in a new light. The Kia X-Line Nightfall Collection.
Kia, movement that inspires.
I tried everything to lose weight, and then I found this. Weight Watchers members lose up to 56% more weight when combining our points program with weight loss medication. This time, it just feels right.
The bold Louisiana flavor and crispy crunch of Popeye's signature chicken is the meal your craving deserves. And now you can get 3 pieces for just $5 and make it a meal for only $3 more.
Love that chicken from Popeyes.
PGA Tour Live on ESPN+.
It's a full season, and it's all here on ESPN+. I just can't get enough. PGA Tour Live on ESPN+. I just can't get enough of the fans.
I can't get enough of the noise.
The energy, the sheer excitement. It's a full season, and it's all here on ESPN+. just can't get enough.
Two-point game here. It'll be SIU ball coming out of the timeout. We had a chance to visit with the OVC commissioner at halftime. Of course, we talked about the OVC championship returning to the Ford Center in Evansville, March 5th through the 8th. All session tickets are available right now. $60 for some really good basketball. OVCsports.com/Evansville for more information. Taylor just taking himself. It's a tie game. 7:45 to play, and we're all tied up.
It's a tie game that's been 10-7 SIU advantage over 12 minutes. 50 might win this game, Joe. It's very realistic.
Well, the crowd's chanting defense. That's all they've seen today.
Yeah.
Defense from both sides. Great pump fake there by Brailsford. He got Kyle Thomas to bite. Kyle Thomas is gets the foul. Brailsford just did a great job driving in, and right here, it's that.
Yeah, and that's the key, planning on 2 feet as well. You can do anything with it. Even if Kyle Thomas doesn't jump into you there, you're fine. You can look for a dump-off pass. You could still go up if you want. Playing off 2 feet is really important. And another women's basketball shout-out. Coach Sam Quigley-Smith says that all the time on her side. Play off 2 feet.
And the free throw missed.
It's Kyle Thomas's 4th foul, and he will check back out.
Brailsford with another attempt to the foul line. Rattles that one in to put Morehead State back on top. Brian Taylor the second. And Jerome, Morton rather just took it himself. It's Brian Taylor on the other end. Got his own rebound, missed again. Maleeth with the offensive board this time, and he's fouled. And Morton will pick up his 4th personal foul.
Whole lot going on. Now Maleeth down, hope he's all right. Might have tweaked an ankle, I'm not sure, because he's looking to retie that shoe now.
It didn't look awkward when he went down, but he stayed on the laying down there for a second.
Yeah, I'm not sure because he's retying that right shoe. So right there, right foot just stepped on just barely. So it should be all right, but might be a little painful the rest of the way.
First of all, great job by our ESPN crew to catch that and have a couple of good angles at it, because I didn't see it off the bat. I definitely did not. Ring Maleeth at the free throw line. First shot good. That ties it up again. Now SIU has not led since it was 25-23 with 7 minutes left in the first half. And Ring Maleeth can change that here. $11 points this afternoon from Maleeth to lead the way for the Cougars, and he does. He has put the Cougars back on top.
What got lost in the frenzy was both sides had opportunities on the fast break. Brian Taylor missed a layup and then fought his own 2 teammates for the offensive rebound. All 10 guys on the court are playing with high-level attempt.
He missed the putback attempt. 42-41, SIU-E. Marshall for the Eagles. Brailsford comes to get it with 10 on the shot clock. Swing it back to Marshall. His 3 off the mark. Rayshawn Taylor rebounds. Now it's SIU-E looking to extend its lead. Taylor will go down the lane, scoop it up, and he came up short. Ball's out of bounds. It's going to belong to SIU-E.
I mean, there's not a dead ball right now that somebody's down on the ground.
Yep.
Rayshon Taylor got caught in between just a little bit, I think, of whether he wanted to take that layup or try to dish it. Flipped it up a little late. A good effort from Miles Thompson on the glass to get an extra possession.
I think I'd have a hard time finding a worse shooting game in Rayshon Taylor's career as Brian Taylor knocks down the shot, and I think there was a foul afterwards.
Foul underneath, yeah. Miles Thompson got pushed in the back on the rebound. Brian Taylor coming off that Miles Thompson screen, a smooth pull-up, and then it's straight in the back of Miles Thompson from Brailsford.
Brailsford picks up his third personal foul. Miles Thompson's going to the line. It's a 3-point lead right now. Thompson can extend the lead. And it's too strong.
That was a 1-and-1 as well. If you didn't know, 9th team foul for Morehead State.
So you're saying it hurts worse because he missed the front end?
A little bit, yeah.
Kenny White getting inside, pushing with the left hand, missed it. Polk rebounds for SIU-E. Down to the final 5.5 minutes left in this one. I don't know if it's been exactly everything we expect as Taylor finally splashes one home. And now it's SIU-E with the 6-point advantage. And a timeout called by Morehead State. (47-41) SIU-E on top of Morehead State as Taylor, of course, drains a deep three to break the streak. We'll take a break. We're coming back.
When you're the leader in disaster cleanup and restoration, how do you make like it never even happened happen? Fire it up, Randy! By being prepared for anything! Whatever comes your way, there's a pro for that.
Serve Pro, like it never even happened.
Support your school with the German-American School Spirit Check Card. With each purchase you make using the card, we make a donation to your participating school of choice. Stop in your local German-American bank office, open a checking account, and request your free School Spirit Check Card today. Visit GermanAmerican.com for a list of participating schools. German American Bank, member FDIC.
Competitive excellence, energized fans, community involvement, sportsmanship, student-athlete success in and out of the classroom. That's OVC leadership, and it isn't new to us. We've been doing it for more than 75 years. It's time to OVC it. The Ohio Valley Conference, fiercely independent since 1948.
5:06 to play as SIU-E leads Morehead State 47-41. It's a 14-1 run for SIU-E, capped off by the first made basket by Rayshon Taylor. It seems crazy to say that. He's into double figures, but his first 9 points came at the foul line today.
And Joe, at the 8-minute mark of the first half, SIU-E had 25 points. The next 18 minutes of play, they only scored 8 points. In the last 5 minutes, they got 14 now. An absolute switch on the offensive end.
We're inside of 5 minutes to play here in this one. Kenny White off on the baseline. Maluk knocks it down.
A must-need bucket for Morehead State out of the timeout right there.
Rayshon Taylor will bring it across. Taylor's trying to get in the lane, and he's got another. It is hard to describe a player like Rayshon Taylor. We just told you he missed his first 10 shots today from the floor. Now he's knocked down back-to-back shots, and he's tied for scoring honors in the game with 14 points.
And how many players miss their first 10 shots and are confident enough to shoot it from
shooting.
the S in the logo?
You're right. It's a great point. Brailsford in the lane. Out for Marshall. Marshall through traffic, couldn't get it to fall. And a 6-point lead in a game like this, at a time like this, feels much larger because both teams have struggled offensively today.
Yeah, the feeling in this gym when Morehead State was up 40-33, everybody was really panicking.
Taylor's going to step back for another.
Doesn't take much, Joe. He's feeling it now.
It's a 9-point lead for SIU-E. It's the largest of the game. It matches the largest of the game for the Cougars. Offensive foul will give it right back to SIU-E. And it's going to take us to our media timeout. 3:18 to play, and all of a sudden, this game has been flipped on its head, and it's SIU-E feeling it here at First Community Arena.
Now's the time for a great deal on a new Honda. It's time to take an adventure with rugged capability and commanding style. From the Kelley Blue Book Best Value brand. Right now, you can get a $379 per month lease on a 2025 CR-V all-wheel drive Sport L Hybrid.
PGA Tour Live on ESPN+.
PGA Tour Live on ESPN+. I just can't get enough of the fans.
I can't get enough of the noise.
The energy, the sheer excitement. It's a full season, and it's all here on ESPN+. I just can't get enough.
Hey, college basketball fans.
Your favorite teams and conferences
Are on ESPN+.
You get a stellar slate of in-conference games,
Including the Big 12, Atlantic 10, and many more.
Sign up now and catch your favorite teams.
This is an ESPN Sonic blockbuster.
I take the first shot, you keep it coming. We know a lot about turning nothing to something.
He is must-see television every time he puts that uniform on.
College basketball, it never disappoints.
How fun is this?
The best of college basketball every Saturday on ESPN.
Well, I mentioned probably one of the toughest shooting games we've seen from Rayshon Taylor, and all of a sudden, he is 3 for his last 3, and 2 of them are deep three-point baskets. He's got a game-high 17 points, and he's pushed SIU-E to a 9-point advantage with just 3:18 to play here in this all-important game on this Saturday afternoon in the Ohio Valley Conference. 2 saves from out of bounds. Taylor's going to get whistled for an offensive foul.
Yeah, Coach Brian Maroney can't believe it. I do think it was the right call.
Me too. And I'll tell you why. It's the forearm.
Yep. That contact wasn't created by the defender Brailsford.
It was not.
It was created by Taylor.
I agree. I definitely agree.
A couple of ridiculous saves to even get to that point.
There's
second save right there.
Yeah, that's right.
And you'll see right here, you can go into the body of Brailsford, but you see that forearm get out a little bit into the upper neck area of Brailsford. It's 100% the correct call.
Morton's going to drive. He'll kick right side. White for three. Wouldn't stay in. Boy, that shot would have been huge for the Eagles. Instead, now SIU has the chance, and this one, oh, it's a timeout. SIU has the opportunity to make this a double-digit game. It would be the first time for either side that either has had a double-digit lead. So the Cougars called this timeout, JJ, to set something up, because at this point in the game, inside of 3 minutes, you're looking for two things, right? You want a quality possession, but you also don't mind a long possession, because any time you can take off the clock with a 9-point lead in a game like this, if you can use up a bunch of time, obviously you want points, but you want that time dropping off the clock.
I think that's a key difference, and you bring up a good point. You still want to run your offense, too. Yes. 3 minutes left in this game. Both sides have to get 4 or 5 possessions left. So it's about getting the good shot. But if the good shot does come in the next 5 seconds, you take it. You know, you want to extend that lead still in this next minute or so. You're not to the point yet where you can just completely sit on the ball.
Des Polk's going to be the trigger man. Taylor will go get it in the backcourt. But this is exactly what I felt like, right? You can take some time. Yes, exactly as you said. Run your offense, have a quality possession. Brian Taylor's got a lane. He's stripped out of bounds. Oh, he's fouled. That's a big call. It's that last swipe.
Yep, it's on the wrist.
There's no question.
Rayshon Taylor shook the initial defender, dumped it off to his cousin, and Brian Taylor got downhill.
First free throw bounces home, and that's the first 10-point lead by either side today. It belongs to SIU at 53-43. Brian Taylor's trying to get into double figures. And he does. He's got 10, and the lead is 11 with 2:38 to play.
Morehead State 10 points this half, Joe. The defense has locked in.
That one missed. Brian Taylor chasing down the rebound. I thought he was going to come at us. He's stripped again, and there's a foul. .223 left as Brian Taylor will go back to the free throw line.
This is exactly what I mentioned, too. Like, you get that long rebound or you get a steal, you get out on the break, you got numbers like that. Don't pull it out just yet. There's still enough time where you need baskets. And a good recognition from Brian Taylor, he had the step to the rim.
First shot good. He is now 5 of 7 today at the free throw line. SIU is 22 of 32 at the free throw line.
Joe, doesn't this feel eerily similar to last year's game here?
Starting to, for sure. It's a 13-point lead with 2:23 left. Rayshon Taylor forcing them to pick that ball up. Marshall going down the lane. And that's going to fall for him. And now a timeout for Morehead State. And Jonathan Maddox is screaming mad about something. He was yelling at the referee on his near side. I don't know what he was so upset about, unless he thought there was contact on that last shot. 2:10 to play. 10-point advantage, 55-45. We had a look at Jonathan Maddox just a second ago. Talked about him.
step through by Marshall in the paint. So, yeah. I think maybe just trying to hype up his own crew, too. You know, at this stage of the game, they're going to have to employ the full court press. 2:10 to go, and you're going to have to press without fouling for a bit, too. SIU in the double bonus, and it looks like a straight man-to-man out of the Eagles.
The trigger is Polk for Brian Taylor. Rayshon Taylor trying to bring it across. He'll let Brian Taylor bring it across. We're inside of 2 minutes.
And SIU is doing the super small line of Ring Malith at the 5 with 4 guards.
I said it was 10. It's 11 points for SIU, the lead. And the Cougars are using as much time as they can off this shot clock. Rayshon Taylor starting to move, drives and lays it up and in.
A little scoop with the right hand.
1:36 left here in regulation as a foul is called against Jordan Pickett. Pickett picks up his 3rd personal. With a $1:35 to play. There's Taylor's basket on one end. Brailsford to the free throw line on the other end. He's got 12 points. He's 4 of 6 at the free throw line. That's good. Brailsford, second shot is good, rather. It's 11 again with 95 seconds left. Same situation. You've got Rayshon and Brian Taylor, and for Morehead State, neither of those are a good option to put on the free throw line right now.
Not only that, but Jerome Morton just fouled out of this game.
So Morton checks out with just 4 points. He averages 12 points a game. I just mentioned he had been in double figures 9 out of his last 10. He's out with 4 today.
And Joe, can I give you a small gripe here?
You can.
Okay. Knowing you have to press there, knowing you're going to be physical defensively, I just don't see why you wouldn't take him out of the game on the defensive possession. Now, I know you're trying to get a full stop and score and not foul, but like he can't play true defense with 4 fouls. And so it's hard in that press, and even then he was trying, and he just made a little tap on the arm.
I would say that's even more magnified in a game like today when we know that it's been quick whistles.
And especially he's guarding Rayshon Taylor. I mean, he knows how to draw fouls in these late game situations.
Taylor missed his first, and that's his first miss at the free throw line today. Another one here, and he's got 20 points again, and he does. That's his 5th consecutive game of at least 20 points.
Coming a lot of different ways, for sure.
That's exactly right. 12 is the lead, 90 seconds left. The floater missed. Malith had it. It's loose on the floor. A fight for it, and Morehead State comes out with it. Brazil for Brailsford. He'll drive, lay it up with the left and miss it, but he's fouled by Thompson.
Yeah, got to keep your cool here. Miles Thompson a little hot. Thought it might be an offensive foul even, but got to keep your cool here.
Brailsford is now 7 of 9 at the free throw line this afternoon. He came in better than 83%. Morehead State as a team is 14 of 20 at the free throw line. It's back down to 10, 59-49. And a timeout called by Morehead State. With a minute 17 to play here in this one. And Morehead State trying to figure out what it's got left as far as timeouts are concerned. And it looks like there is some question about what it has left. None, according to what we're looking at. But it looks like the coaches were questioning and or clarifying what they had left. But as we have it, there are no timeouts left for Morehead State. There are 2 timeouts left for SIU-E, but SIU-E will have the ball coming out of this one with a 10-point lead late in this game.
Yeah, and you can't let 30 seconds go off this clock. A shot clock violation is a successful possession for SIU-E at this point. So it's going to be a suffocating trap from Morehead State, I'd imagine. And if they really want to extend this game, they probably got to start fouling now for there to be any chance. George Marshall with 4 fouls for Morehead State as well. Maluk with 4 fouls. So if they're going to opt to foul, you would imagine they're not going to be in on this defensive possession. But Joe, I really am getting deja vu. It was 61-48 last year here in First Community Arena. Very close to what it is now. It was Eddie's birthday celebration last year against Morehead State.
By the way, this is now the most free throws that SIU has attempted as a team this year. We talked about that coming into the game tonight, that they've been up in the 20s. They're at 35 attempts from the line today, 24-35, and that's going to go up.
Yep, 3 games of 29 in their last 5 before this, and a game of 27 in there as well.
It would not be surprising to see them get to 40 attempts. Oh, Brian Taylor stepped out of bounds.
Yeah, big time.
That's going to be a turnover for the Cougars. It is just the 8th turnover today for SIU-E. Down to 1:10 to play. Brazil drives. White being guarded by Taylor, and he draws a foul from Rayshon Taylor.
Rayshon Taylor's got 4 fouls too.
It's been more than 2 years since SIU-E has had at least 40 attempts at the free throw line, just for that note. Right now, it's Kenny White at the free throw line, and he got his first. He only has 2 points in this one. He came in averaging just about 14 a game. One of 2 for him, and there's a whistle. It's on Morehead State. It's going to be on Rugsegger. So with a 1:02 left, it's going to put SIU-E back on the free throw line. Ring Malith, the shooter. He's 3 of 4 at the line. Two shots coming up for Malith, who's got 12 this afternoon. First shot good. Pushes it out to 10 again with 1:02.
SIU-E will keep doing that offense-defense sub. Miles Thompson back in for defense.
2 for 2 for Malith. It's back to an 11-point game. Morehead State has to create something fairly quick as Brazil drives in from the right. Circles out to the free throw line, almost threw it away. Right back to Brazil on the right side for 3. He missed it, and Malith hauls in the rebound. Malith ahead for Polk. Polk to the basket, lays it up and in. Perfectly executed by SIU-E, and a whistle and a stoppage.
I think the clock ran just a little bit too much after that ball in the basket. So they already got the time back on the clock. No review necessary. Job well done over there. And right back into play we'll go.
This matches SIU-E's largest lead at 13 points. 34 seconds to play, and SIU-E can feel it. Brailsford's going to drive. The reverse is in. Taylor's fouled as soon as he catches it.
Well, he doesn't mind a couple more points.
Absolutely not. And SIU-E, if all goes correctly, will salt this away at the foul line. Taylor with 20 today. First free throw is good. He is now 11 of 12 at the free throw line. So once again, a ton of points coming at the foul line for Rayshon Taylor. That's the third time in 4 games, the fourth time in 6 games that he's had at least 11 attempts at the free throw line. Again, it's 13. We're down to 25 seconds left in this one. Brazil into the corner. Marshall drives, lays it in. And this time they're going to let Rayshon Taylor dribble it out. Time is going to run out on the Morehead State Eagles. And for the second straight year, SIU has a big win over a first-place team in the Ohio Valley Conference. And this race just got tighter in the OVC.